Hello friends and welcome back. Welcome to the round 643. In the last video we saw the solution for problem A, and in this video we are going to solve the problem B. So the problem B was pretty easy. Its name was Young Explorer. Okay. So first of all I will briefly explain what the problem says. So it has an array. Okay, the array has the values e1, e2, and what are these values e1, e2? These are the experiences of an explorer. Okay, so if an explorer has an experience e1, so it need to form a group which has a size larger than or equal to e1. Okay, so for example, let's take one example. Suppose for n equal to 3, the inexperiences are as follows. Okay, so the person who has inexperience 1, he will go into a group of size 1 or more than 1. And what a final answer should be, I need to maximize these number of groups. Maximize these number of groups. Now, the basic intuition what for that is, first of all, let's take one example. So if it is 1, the inexperience is 1, so it will make one group of size 1. Okay, and it will go into it. Same for this one, same for this one. Understanding? Because one size group is enough, so it will make one group. So maximum number of groups possible are 3. So the answer is 3. Let's take another example for n equal to 5. Okay, it was 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. So when you will see it, first of all you will say, okay, in one group I will make of this. Okay, fine, you can make of this. Now you will say, Aryan, how about I take 2, 2, I make a group of 2, 2, because inexperiences are 2, so it needs a group which has members 2 or more than 2, and I need maximum number of groups, so I will have this in my answer. Now if I want to go for this group, then what will happen? If I choose 2, okay, I need a group of 2, let's take this, but I say 1 minute, it is 3, so it needs members more than or equal to 3, but the members are only 2, so it is not possible. So maximum of groups are 2, so answer is 2. Now, so just imagine and do what you need to solve basically here. You need to find maximum number of groups. Only thing is to need maximum number of groups. So let's think greedily. How greedily? See, as I saw here, when it was 1, so why I should include another person in it when I am able to obtain a group from it? Understanding the statement. Why I will include another person in it when I am able to solve in it? See, for example here, I might include 3 also in this group. 3. But why should I include it, man? Although I have obtained a group. If I had a group, then why I should include another person in it when I have already obtained a group? So when I have obtained a group, I will not include any another person. For example, I got 1. So why I should include 1 and 2? Although you can say, I didn't see that here 2 is we can use it here, and another 2 is we can use it here. But I say, why to worry for it? You have one group, go, be happy. Okay, so it is the only solution for this. We will have a group, and if it is making a group, then we are happy and we will not opt for further elements which are not making it a more group. For example, let's take a case of suppose n equal to let's have any values like see 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, so what I will do, I will opt for this. it make a group. Okay, done. I move here, then I saw, okay, for 2 I need 2 elements, so I move to further 2 elements. I check it is 2, so I see it is 2, and I now don't need further elements because the elements in total have become 2. So I'll make a group here. Now I move here, so I saw that I need 2 elements to make a group, but I have one here, so I will go to up to 2. Now I saw that it is 3, so actually I need 3 elements in my group, in my particular group which I want to make, although it is not now complete, but I need to make it. So I need 3, but now I have 2, so I will have one more, but now I see it needs 4 to make a group, although the group is not made until yet. So I will move here. Now the size of the group is 4, and the last element, it is also 4, so now a group is made, so I will make a group. So answer will be 3. So understanding how I approach this problem, how I move forward, I first of all stand here, then I moved on. If it is making a group, fine. Then I moved on to another one. What the value it is 2. So I move to 2 index 2 more. Suppose it is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I move to index 1 plus 2 minus 1 here. Okay. Suppose, for example, it had been 3. So what could happen? That if I am here, I will move to index 3 plus 3 minus 1, which is 5. So I will move to here. But actually, we don't need to jump basically. We can simply iterate also. So see, because if we will jump, so it will not help us basically. So it's better to iterate on it. Now how to iterate? Like, see, when you reach here, then just move on until you find the group basically. As I earlier spoke to you, we were here, we see 3, we move next. Now our size of group is 2, but our maximum element is 3, so it is not. So I will move my further. Now the group size is 3, but maximum element is 4, so I will move further. Now my size of group is 4, and my maximum element is also 4. So now it's make a group. So what I will basically do is I will use a for loop for I equal to 0, I is less than n. Okay, and I will not have my I pointer basically here. Although you can have your I pointer here, but basically I use my own pointer. So at every iteration, see, I will use a value called sum, in which I will have my number of groups here. Okay, and I will use a variable called x, which will indicate me the size of the group. And I will run my while loop until my x basically is less than a of I, and here I will be updated because actually I need to x is basically this size, and I will also be updated because I need to compare my x with the latest I. Understanding? So it was the approach for this problem. So I will very quickly move to the code. So here you go. So first of all, as you can see, number of cases t, and after that I input my n, then I input my n elements, then I sorted it because starting off with the minimum element, because if the elements are not sorted, then as I spoke that I want the minimum one, and after that if its group is complete, then I will opt for the other elements. So starting off with the sum, and here is the I, and then as I spoke that As I spoke in the explanation, that I start from x equal to 0, although you can start from x equal to 1 also. Basically you have to see how in the loop you increase your value, maybe later or maybe before. I increase later, so I have my 1 here. So the condition was if x is less than a of I, because if the size of the group is less than the element on which I am having my value. Okay. And the another condition which I implemented was I should be less than n minus 1, because it should not happen that my I is going out of my array. So I increased my size of group, and I also increased my size of the the group which I need to include in my final answer. And I increase my I also, because I need to I need to basically move to every element further. And if my x is bigger than or equal to a of I, so I will basically increase my number of groups until now I have obtained, because actually if my x is bigger than or equal to a of I, it means a final group is obtained and I needed the answer final group basically. And after that I increase my I also, because now I was on the last element. Now for the new group I will move on to the next element, and at last I'll print my sum, which will have my answer. So I guess that you guys got the intuition. It was basically to sort it and to opt for the minimum element, because minimum element first will make the minimum group, and I need to basically maximize the number of groups, not the elements in the groups. Okay, so yeah, it was the basic intuition, and thank you very much for watching this video, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's